Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to another episode of Spoony
and LeBlanc.
Today we're doing a top 6 list, and it's our top 6 electric type Pokemon.
Absolutely, our top 6 electric type Pokemon, and basically what we're looking for here is we're approaching this if we were from the eyes of a gym leader. If we was a gym leader, what Pokemon would we possibly pick to send out there against all the Ash Ketchums of the world?
Obviously there's a few rules we're using for this. Rules include no legendaries, no mythicals, and if we are going to use Pokemon that has an alternative form, we must base it on the base form of that Pokemon and not its Gigantamax, for example.
Absolutely, yeah. So you've hit the nail on the head there. So things like Megas, Gigantamaxes, if they appear in this list, we have to consider the base form as well. Also bear in mind, this is our opinion, so you may disagree with some of these picks, which is fine. You might be wrong, but that's okay. We can disagree.
Okay, so kicking off, at my number 6 on the list, it's Electrifying. Electrifying, I feel, is a solid electric type Pokemon, strong stats, good usage, and I feel it also did a good job of being the final evolution of the Electabuzz line.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would agree with that. I think it is a very powerful Pokemon. It does give Electabuzz that love that it so desperately craved. I just don't like it. I weren't a big fan of Electabuzz. I'm not a big fan of Electivire. So, you know, I couldn't put it on this list because I just don't like it.
Fair enough. However, there is one thing I do about Electabuzz, and that is its legendary anime cry.
Oh yeah, like if you haven't seen the anime cry, go and look it up on the internet. It is hilarious. It's so funny. On to my number 6 then. So we are going to kick off this list with a Pokemon that we know very well, and that is Yamper. He picked his evolution Boltund to the post here because he's just so darn cute, isn't he? You know, the derpy electric dog from the Galar region. How can you not love it? It gets on just for being so adorable.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm assuming that one's based purely on the design, because Yamper is not a strong Pokemon.
No, it's not a strong Pokemon, but again, it's mainly off of opinion that we're going off here to Pokemon that we like and omitting ones that we don't. So yeah, he'll be the first Pokemon out on the team, but that's, you know, that's standard with gym leaders anyway.
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, so move on to my number 5. It's a Pokemon I feel that is forgotten about a lot, and that is Striker.
Yeah.
So Striker for me, once again, this is based purely on design, so Striker is not useful at all. However, I do love Striker's design. Electric Zebra. We have many horse Pokemon, but this is a Zebra. There is a difference, believe it or not. And yeah.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I love Zeb Striker myself. Not on my list, but again, design-wise, I think it's a really solid design, and its pre-evolution Blitzel is also incredibly cute as well.
Yeah.
On to my number 5 now, and I'm going to cause a little bit of mayhem with this one. I have gone for a Alolan Golem.
Okay.
Now, a Alolan Golem has the highest base defense out of any electric type Pokemon.
Okay,
Maybe
so,
excluding the legendaries.
Not sure about that, but that is a good point. Which, as you said, you need a choice wise. That's a solid choice because of that.
Yeah, but not just because of that as well. I love the design of it. Like, I love Golem anyway, and I think the Alolan form is. I think it's on par with the original design in my eyes. Like,
I'm not a big fan of the Alolan form. I do like Golem itself. Very basic design.
Yeah.
But it does the job.
Yeah. Of course, it has the iron filings on its face, forming moustache, beard and eyebrows, and it also has a sweet cannon on its back, based of course off the magnetic rocks, lodestones that they used to use for original compasses. But using that magnetism on its back, it can launch rocks from that cannon.
Believe in anime, it just launched Geodude.
Oh yeah, like, you know, everyone wants to throw Geodude across the room, so.
Okay, moving on to our number 4. it is Toxicity.
Okay.
Toxicity, part of the reason I chose it, it has the 2 forms, feel both solid designs, and of course it does have that Gigantamax form.
It does have a good Gigantamax form, absolutely. For me, I've not put Toxicity on my list. I think it came a bit too late in the game for me to actually become attached to it, whereas Boltons was very early on for me. So my electric type in Gen 8 was Boltons and not Toxicity. Maybe in a different game I would include it on the list, but you know, at the end of the day, opinions are opinions, everyone has them. And yeah, I think Toxicity could be a decent shout.
Okay. Yeah.
On to my number 4 now, and I'm going for an electric bug type Pokemon, and this Pokemon is Vikavolt.
Okay. Not the one I expected, but
he
okay.
was thinking something else.
Yes, I was.
Absolutely. Now, Vikavolt has the highest special attack of any bug Pokemon, believe it or not. And again, maybe discounting legendaries, but a lot of electric attacks are special attacks, i.e. Thunder, Thunderbolt, Zap Cannon. And to actually have that, and that firepower behind your bug Pokemon, I think it really makes Vikavolt a viable glass cannon.
Definitely. Especially, once again, saying, giving me the choice.
And it's a solid design as well.
Oh, yeah, totally
Love
agree.
the design.
Totally agree.
So, yeah, it gets on design-wise, but also for being that glass cannon, it could potentially one-hit Pokemon if the typings line up right. So, Vikavolt's definitely on my list.
Okay, so moving on to number 3, it's the other bug electric type Pokemon. It's Joltik. The reason I've gone for Joltik is over Galvantula is the cuteness factor. I think Joltik's a really cute design.
He is very cute. I mean, he's a parasite, but he's cute. So is he. He's a toxic ball of gas, but he's cute.
And he's annoying, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, obviously Joltik is based purely on design choice.
Yeah.
Cuteness factor, love it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah, I can totally respect those choices, absolutely. But personally, probably would have gone for Galvantula myself, but you know, at the end of the day, I picked Yamper over Bolton, so I can't talk.
Oh, exactly so.
On to my number 3 now, and I have picked the only Pokemon that has no natural weaknesses thanks to Levitate, and that is Electros. Now, of course, electric type Pokemon weak to ground moves. With Levitate, ground moves have no effect. Ergo, Electros has no natural weaknesses.
Obviously, you do have moves like Smackdown and so on, but not many people use them.
No.
Like, maybe in competitive play, but talking normal play-wise, which is what we're basing this on, yeah, it's definitely a solid choice there.
And if I was to set up a gym with Electros, you know, it'd be a nightmare to take down because of that. You'd have to come in with a game plan or an ability or a move that can get it on the floor.
Oh yeah.
And design-wise, it's okay. I quite like the electric.
I'm not a big fan of design, but
I quite like the electric eel type, you know. But again, if I was rating it on design alone, it'd probably be up at number 6 or number 7, something like that. But for the fact that it has no natural weaknesses, I have to include it on this list.
Okay. So, my number 2 is a Pokemon you've already mentioned, and it is Yamper.
Of course,
Once
it's
again,
Yamper.
based on pure design, Yamper is just so cute. Who doesn't love Yamper?
Exactly, you know. There's not really a lot we can say about it because I've said it all already. You know, Yamper pitched Bolton to the post purely on the cuteness factor. He's so derpy and adorable.
Obviously,
I just want to cuddle him.
Obviously, like I say, it is my number 2 spot, but this is based on my favourites in order, not useless wise. If it was useless wise, Electrify would probably be towards the top.
Oh yeah, 100%. On to my number 2 now. We've kind of already touched on this guy already, but I have gone for Galvantula.
Okay.
I hate spiders, but I like spider Pokemon. I don't know how that works, but for me, Galvantula, again, it's such a solid design of Pokemon, and it's big, it's bulky, and I just... for me, using it as well, it was such a useful Pokemon to me when I was playing through the game.
Yes, yeah, I agree. Funny enough, I have recently used it in a Nuzlocke, and it's surprising of how useful it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially being a bug type, and bug types being rather weak, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, I've actually did take me by surprise with how good it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, for usefulness, and again, it's a design that I love. So it goes on the list for that, but then for its usefulness, it also...
Like I say, it did dismiss out of mine, but that's basically because I bite on a cuteness factor.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the cuteness, your actually would definitely have been on this list.
His cuteness, I'm practical.
Okay, so moving on to the big one, my number one is Luxray.
Oh, okay.
I love Luxray. Solid Pokemon, solid shiny even. And it may not be the most useful, but I think it is a solid Pokemon. It does have its uses, and for me, this is based on pure faithfulness. Luxray is my favourite electric type.
Luxray for me, I'd probably call it an honourable mention. In reality, I'll probably put it above Yamper in the gym type. So he's not on my list, sadly, but I do respect that opinion. I think Luxray is a solid Pokemon, really good design, fantastic evolutionary line as well. And to come from Shinx and to get it very early on in the game, you know, I've played with Luxray in a Nuzlocke, and it again has served me really well. So I can't argue with that point. I think it's a solid point. So yeah, 100% agree. Maybe I should have put him on the list. On to my number one now, and this is a Pokemon that doesn't really get any love. This is Raichu.
I like Raichu.
Exactly right.
I prefer Raichu so much over Pikachu.
Yeah, unless it's Chonky Chew.
Oh, Chonky Chew's maybe very weak. But
Raichu, even his Alolan form, I love both of them. The reference to the surfing, but Raichu in the anime, he was a big, hard guy to take down.
Yeah, especially Lieutenant Surge's.
And it was like a big bully to Pikachu, and then Pikachu had to outspeed it, and using that, a great storytelling, I thought, in that battle alone. Not entirely accurate, but still.
It's anime based, mate.
Exactly. Fantastic story basing. Raichu deserves more love. He is my number
I do agree, Raichu does deserve more love. I'm surprised it's your number one though, but it's your opinion, and
it is, yeah. I just think he needs a lot of love, Raichu.
Yeah, I do agree.
Fantastic forms.
Admittedly, Raichu did just miss out on my list.
Yeah.
He probably would have took the number 7 spot if.
So your Raichu was my Luxray basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, funny enough, sort of did like a reversal there on a favourites, but yeah.
Okay, so that is our 6 electric types. Now, to decide on our next video of electric types, we're going to play a little game, Spoony.
Okay.
So I'm going to shuffle up these 18 Pokemon cards here, and you will select one.
Okay.
If we select electric again, we will do our top 6 least favourites.
Okay.
So, please do pick a card, my friend.
This one here is Poking Gout. It's instructed me, so therefore we're going for this one, and it is the water type.
Oh, we've got Milotic. That is the water type. So that is going to take a lot of research.
Yes,
there are
a lot of water types. I believe water type may be the type of the most Pokemon.
I think it is.
So yeah, that could be a very interesting list. Think a lot of Pokemon there for debate as well.
Oh,
a hell of a lot of solid water designs.
Yeah. Okay then, folks. I have been LeBlanc. This has been Spoony. We're signing.